There is a family in this story. They were not a car family. They were an art family. The father, Art Nouveau. The brother, bronze sculpture. The son, the heir to an empire. And then there is Ettore, who decided to make his art go 200 miles per hour, and paid for it in a way that cannot be described without silence. In 1901, a 20-year-old Italian named Ettore Bugatti built his first car. His employer looked at it and said, "This is not an automobile. This is a piece of sculpture that happens to have wheels." Ettore took this as a compliment. No one had meant it as one. He opened his factory in Molsheim in 1909. Alsace, France, though it was Germany at the time. He chose it because he liked the view. He once fired an engineer because the bracket he designed was, and this is a direct quote, too ugly to be associated with a Bugatti. The bracket was invisible inside the engine. No customer would ever see it. No journalist would ever photograph it. No competitor would ever know it existed. The engineer was fired anyway, because Ettore Bugatti would know it was there. And he would know it was wrong, and that was sufficient reason. The Type 35, 1924. It wins over 2,000 races, more victories than any car in history. The world records the wins. The historians record the speed. No one asks the obvious question. Why is it so beautiful? Racing cars are not beautiful. Racing cars are functional. Everything that is not necessary is removed. Aesthetics are weight. Weight is death. Ettore Bugatti did not agree. He believed that if a thing was correctly made, truly, completely correctly made, it would be beautiful automatically. That beauty and function were not opposing forces. They were the same force. The Type 35 is the proof of that philosophy. It sits today in the Schlumpf collection in Mulhouse. Under lights. Roped off. People stand in front of it in silence, as if they are in a cathedral. They are. Now the wound opens. Jean Bugatti, Ettore's son, 30 years old, the most talented automotive designer of his generation, who designed the Type 57 Atlantic, widely considered the most beautiful car ever constructed by human hands. On August 11, 1939, Jean Bugatti was testing a racing car on the closed road circuit at Montlhéry. A worker crossed the road. Jean swerved to avoid him. He was 30 years old. Ettore Bugatti had spent 40 years building machines that were faster than anything alive, and his son died in one. He continued building. He made increasingly strange demands. He began a boat. He began a train. He spoke less and less about cars. He died 8 years later. The factory passed to other hands. His name remained on every car. A man who fired engineers for making ugly brackets spent his final years making nothing at all. Because the only beautiful thing he had ever made that was not a machine was gone. You do not want a Bugatti, because you need to go fast. There is no road on earth where a Bugatti Chiron can do what it is capable of. Its top speed is illegal everywhere it can legally be driven. You want it because of what it represents. not speed, not power, not status, correctness. The Bugatti is the only car in the world that promises you that somewhere, once, a man cared enough to machine an invisible bracket to a standard that served no purpose except to be right. In a world that has optimized everything for the minimum acceptable standard, the Bugatti is a monument to the maximum possible one. And that is worth $3 million to the kind of person who has spent their entire life being told that good enough is good enough. It is not good enough. It was never good enough. Etere knew.